Assalamu alaikum dear viewers. In this video we will discuss about the short summary, critical analysis and character analysis of the short story A Dark Brown Dog, written by Stephen Crane in 1903. A Dark Brown Dog is an allegorical short story by Stephen Crane about a dog who is adopted and mistreated by a young boy's family. There are few most important points. First of all, post-Civil War era in America, federal protection law, Jim Crow law, state and local law. A Dark Brown Dog is an allegory that talks about mistreatment on black people conducted by Southern society even after the protection law was passed. What is allegory? Symbolic fictional narrative that conveys a meaning not explicitly set forth in the narrative. Major characters in the short story: the dog, which represents black oppressed class; a child, which represents young southerners; the father, the patriarch of the society, Jim Crow law; the wife, federal law; and the neighbors, the indifferent community in the Southerns or other black folks. Now we will discuss about the summary critical analysis. There are 5 episodes in the short story. The first one is the meeting. A young child is standing around the corner where a stray dog appears. The dog has got short rope around her neck, shows recently freed humans from white supremacy. Both look at each other and child looks complaining about his existence. The dog becomes so enthusiastic to be petted that he almost accidentally falls the kid down. Child hits him afterwards. The dog lies down at the child's feet. Child gives him little taps. He is simply asking for love and care. The next episode is dog's persistence. Child gets bored of the stray dog and leaves him. Dog follows him towards his home while the child hits him with a stick, which symbolizes that at first black has no value in the eyes of young whites. The dog keeps trying to please the child so he could talk him home. It shows black people are superior desperate to be the part of American dream. At last, young child decides to take the stray dog to his apartment, but while dragging him so fast, hurts the dog unintentionally. It shows immature attitude of young whites towards black people and their rights. There is nobody at the flat, and they quickly become friends. The next episode is Jim Crow Law. When the child's family arrives home, there is a great argument. The dog is scorned, but the child cheers the dog, and when the father of the family comes home from work, he decides, out of some contrariness, that the dog should stray, which represents Jim Crow law. The child takes the dog off to a corner of the room, young southerners. In 4 episodes, Child loves dog. The dog and the child quickly become friends. The child protects the dog if the adults kick him. If the child is present, no attempt is made to abuse the dog. In episode 5, conclusion, one day, however, the father of the family comes home drunk. The child notices this as soon as he comes home with the dog. He hides under the table, but the dog misinterprets the movement, thinking the child is playing. The father spotting the dog him twice with a heavy coffee pot. The father decides it would be fun to throw the dog out of the window, so he picks him up and does so to the astonishment of the neighbors. The child begins to cry and crawls downstairs to find his friend. When his family finds him later, he is seated next to the body of the dog. दोस्तों ये थी इंग्लिश में इसकी समरी और क्रिटिकल एनालिसिस और करैक्टर एनालिसिस। तो इसको मैं बाद में उर्दू में भी ट्रांसलेट करूँगा, लेकिन फ़िलहाल ये इंग्लिश में किया तो इंशाल्लाह नेक्स्ट टाइम मैं उर्दू में भी करूँगा।